Okay.
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 All right.
Okay.
Hey.
Great.
So anyway, this is Mark here for Love Wuhan. I'm chatting with my friend Tristan. Hey, Tristan.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Mark. Hey.
Hey. So yeah, no, we were just chatting a moment before the video started about different things. Tristan and I
Mm-hmm.
had initially met through a friend at a dinner, and then he told me that he plays basketball every week with his friends. So after telling me about it, I decided to join up with the league, and yeah, we normally play together. Right now, we can't play because there is a bit of a well, there is a quarantine of sorts with entertainment
Yeah.
venues and
It's
basketball.
locked down again, you know. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so we can't play basketball right now, but that's okay. We wanted to chat a little bit about sports and stuff. So yeah. So to the first question, Tristan,
Mm-hmm.
did you play sports as a kid?
Well, actually, I was not that fascinated with sport when I was a child because I preferred to play video games and shooting marbles throughout my childhood. You know,
You
instead
shot
of doing
marbles.
any, yeah, shooting marbles. You know, do you know that
I
game?
shot marbles too as a kid. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, I think I really love it. You know, instead of doing any exercises. Besides, as I grew up in a small town, which doesn't form a good atmosphere of sports there, so I didn't have much awareness of sports. So although I play a lot right now, but as a matter of fact, I have to say it's a bit pity for not having a great experience on playing sports when I was a kid. You know.
Okay, that's interesting. So then I guess like how did you start playing sports, or when did you start playing sports?
I think I started to play basketball when I was around 15 years old. Yeah,
Okay.
when I was in my high school. High school, you know. Yeah, yeah. So before that, I didn't get contact with any any other kind of sports because I don't there's nobody to guide me or taught me how to play any kind of sport. So yeah. So I
Okay.
started playing sports. Mm.
So what was the like what was the sport community like? Like you said you started playing basketball in high school. So was that at your high school or was that outside of your high school?
You mean outside high school?
You said you started
What?
playing sports when you were 15. Was that
Yeah.
inside of your high school or was that outside of your high school?
Oh yeah. It's in our high school campus. You know. Yeah,
Okay.
it's inside the high school. Yeah.
Cool,
Okay.
cool. Yeah, yeah, because there's like I've worked with different schools, and I know the one school I worked at, they had lots of sports, lots of clubs, lots of things for
Mm-hmm.
kids to do outside of school.
Oh, okay.
But
Sure.
I'm not familiar. Did you go to a public school or a private school?
Yeah, I went to public school
Okay.
to carry out my my high school education. Yeah, so yeah, I didn't go to a private school. Yeah,
Cool, cool. No, no,
so
that's good.
so I don't have that much clubs. You know,
Yeah,
I didn't
yeah,
have
no,
that much clubs. Mm-hmm.
yeah, yeah, we can. Okay, yeah. Just so, just curious then. What did you
Mm-hmm.
find that here? Let's see if I'm just sticking on script here. Um, what did you enjoy about playing basketball in high school?
Well, I think nothing excites me more than playing basketball with my with my teammates every week normally. And I think I'm really obsessed with the strong physical contact and the intense pace when I literally get into it. You know, so yeah, I think I'm really into the vibe of basketball, and I really love to share the game with my teammates. Yeah, I think so. Mm-hmm.
So, just curious, as a teacher, because because I'm a teacher, did
Mm-hmm.
basketball motivate you at all with school? Like, did it make your schooling more enjoyable? So you kind of look forward to going to school because of basketball?
Yeah, I think so. I think basketball is kind of approach. It's a kind of medium to unite us to play together, and we also raise our relationship more tight. You know, yeah, I think so.
Okay, so okay, I'm curious. Do you have friends? Do you still stay connected with any of the people you played basketball with when you were in high school?
Yeah. I normally played basketball with my friends and my also with my teammates. Normally they are from the same class with me.
Yeah, okay. So do you stay
Mhm.
connected with them? Do you still talk with them now?
Not really. Some of them are not living in this city. Some of them, maybe they are living abroad, overseas, or in other cities of China. So some of them we have a connection, but not all of them. Mm-hmm.
Oh, cool. Okay, so I guess fast forwarding now, you are a sales professional. You work in the
Mm-hmm.
finance industry,
Uh-huh.
finance insurance. So,
Yeah.
so now that you are a full-time working professional,
Mm-hmm.
the sport, like, what does sport bring to your life? Like, what do you like about sport now?
Well, you mean does sport have a different meaning for me? You mean?
Well, I mean, why do you continue to play basketball? Because like a lot of people, once they're done high school, if they
Uh-huh.
did sports,
Uh-huh.
they stop doing sports. In China, there's a lot of demand on working extra
Mm-hmm.
hours sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Especially young professionals that are trying to, purchase homes, get married and stuff. But you still make
Mm-hmm.
basketball a priority. So
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
why
yeah,
is
right.
basketball still important to you?
Well, I think just like I mentioned before, Mark, nothing thrills me more than playing basketball with friends, especially you, Mark. Hey,
Oh, thanks.
so I'm convinced that doing exercise is a great approach to release the pressure from the daily work and life. Actually, almost everyone leads a stressful life in a real world. So I think we have to find out a medium to transform and digest all sorts of external pressures. So I just want to make peace with my soul. So yeah, I do. Yeah, I do.
Very
What I'm
deep.
saying is, yeah, I do. What I'm saying is kind of pretentious and hilarious, but
No, no,
I
no.
think it's true. So that's why I paid much attention to sport, and I really enjoyed it. Basically, I think I take it as a kind of meditation to help me overcoming difficulties constantly. Yeah, I think so.
No, that's a really good point. And I think I talked to you about this before. I was an athlete when I was in high school and university, and
Mm-hmm.
sport also brought a lot of meaning to my life. New
Mm-hmm.
friendships, relationships, sometimes job opportunities.
Mm-hmm.
But like I was never looking for those things. Like those came out of the experiences, but it wasn't like, oh, I'm gonna join this sports team to get a
Mm-hmm.
job or to make a business connection. Like no, like I wanna have fun. I want to enjoy it. So okay, no, that's really cool. So um I've heard that and I've seen that
Mm-hmm.
like extracurricular activities such as sporting culture is
Mm-hmm.
not something, and maybe you can disagree with me on this, maybe I'm missing something here, but I guess let me just
Mm-hmm.
ask you, how do you think sport fits into um, childhood development in China, like with what you've seen? Like, do you see parents encouraging their children to be involved in sport, or do you see it's not as common? What's your perspective?
Well, uh, as you know, based on my personal childhood experience, I definitely have several suggestions to share with the modern Chinese parents.
Mhm.
First and foremost, speaking of encouragement for children, I think as a qualified father or mother, you should set a good example to your kid. I think it doesn't mean you need to play well on sports, but I think you have to get engaged in the game that your kids participated with. Do you understand me?
Hmm.
And so to make them feel strong sense of participation and affection and love. So besides, I think nurturing a great exercise habit for children is also quite important. Training a teamwork sense and the sportsmanship would benefit the mental health of kids. So I think natural kids understand that not to be afraid of defeat, then stand up and push back harder is the key point of life. So I think all in all, you should give all kinds of support to your kids for whatever they want to play, and then convince them not to scared of failure and trying to play with them together. So I think that's what I want to say to Chinese parents to inspire their children to get to get a better involvement experience in sport. Mark, yeah.
Those things that you mentioned a lot of really amazing things that sport has brought you. So you've talked about friendship. You've talked about learning from failure. You've talked about more meaning, more purpose, having enthusiasm and excitement in life. Those are all things that are really great. And it's difficult as a teacher, it's difficult to pull that in a classroom experience, you know, but I think that sport can definitely bring those things to someone's life, which can enrich their overall experience of what they're doing at the time, whether it's academics or whether they're a working professional.
Correct.
No, those are really great things that you added to that. So, you know, I'm sure we can chat more about this another time, but I don't want to take much more of your time. But I really appreciate
it. Okay, buddy.
And here, let me just stop the recording.